Yo, are you feeling stuck or discouraged right now in your fitness journey? I don't want you to give up. Okay. So today I'm going to share some powerful tips to keep you motivated, right? Even when your progress feels slow. That's what this live video is all about. What's going on? I am Tony Jacobson. I'm an adaptive fitness specialist, certified personal trainer, author of 2 books, one of which is Disable Your Disability. The other is Advice to Be Unbreakable. And this is Unbreakable Body, where we train smart, we stay safe, and we get stronger no matter your ability. So welcome to the Unbreakable Way. We're going to get into it right now. Now, when it comes to adaptive fitness, sometimes depending on, what we're working with in our bodies, like for me, I have a disability, so I'm working with that when it comes to the fitness. We may face a slower ramp up time. Meaning like when we start to exercise, it may be a slower kind of ramp up time to get into our full fitness routine. We can definitely face a slower recovery time as well when we work out. Once we're kind of challenging our body, putting it through some stuff, when it's time to recover, depending on what we've got going on with our body, again, we may face some slower recovery time. And then just overall, we may face slower progression than other people that may not be dealing with a disability or limited mobility or whatever situation you have going on with your body. Other people can maybe progress a little bit faster, and we may not be able to progress as fast. So it's totally fine. Number one, it's totally fine. And number two, the faster that we realize this, the better, because then we can start to work with our bodies, right? We want to work with our bodies and not against our bodies when it comes to reaching our adaptive fitness goals. So it's really important to have this realization, to understand that sometimes, through this adaptive fitness journey, we may face some of these slower times in the ramp up, the progression, and in our recovery. But there are ways to really stick with it and stay motivated, because that's what happens when we hit these plateaus, when we hit these certain times during our fitness journey. We can really get discouraged and we can feel like, man, nothing's working. This isn't going to work for me. I shouldn't be working out. Everyone told me I shouldn't work out, blah, 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 blah. Like all of the nonsense starts to creep in, and then we don't keep up. We don't keep going. We don't stay consistent. Remember, consistency is key. So we have to make sure that we stay motivated during these times when progress is slow. So this is for anybody too. Even if you don't have a disability, even if you're in a fitness journey and you're feeling like progress is slow, these tips can help you too. So how do we do it? Number one is we want to celebrate our small wins. That's right. We want to celebrate the small wins along the way. So progress, when you think about progress when it comes to our fitness and getting stronger, getting more mobile, whatever it may be, whatever your goal is, the progress isn't always about, really big, huge leaps. It never really is. It's about the small steps that you're taking in the right direction, because you're not going to see results after one workout. I mean, that's just not going to happen. So you have to keep coming back consistently, and you have to look at the fact that you did a workout, and then you did another workout the next day, and then you took a rest day maybe, and then you did another workout the next day. So looking at the small wins is really important. So what I want you to do is really think about that. Think about the small win is just the fact that you actually got your workout in. Another small win could be the fact that you worked out 3 times this week. Right? So you got to celebrate those small wins so that you stay motivated. So you're like, yeah, I did work out 3 days this week. I'm going to do it again next week. Let's go. Right? So the next thing you can do is really track your improvements. I'm a huge believer in tracking food for sure, tracking food intake to look at calorie intake and all that stuff. But when it comes to exercise, you want to do that too. So track your improvements as you go. So as you're working out, as you're going through your routines, maybe you can track how many reps you're doing for each set, right? And then as you're getting stronger, are you increasing reps? Are you doing longer workout times? Are you increasing your weights on your resistance training? Is your form getting better? Like even something that simple, saying, oh, my form is getting better after a certain amount of time. That's a small increase, and it's really awesome to track that, again, to keep you motivated. So you have to remember every win Every single win, W-I-N, no matter how small it may seem, it's totally worth celebrating. So you really have to celebrate the small wins in order to stay motivated. The next thing I would suggest is to reconnect with your why. Quote, air quoting right now. Reconnecting with why you started this, right? Remind yourself why you started this fitness journey, in the first place. Like, why did you do this in the first place? I think everybody can really dig in. Sometimes we just, feel like we got to get stronger. So we just start to work out, we start to eat better, whatever it may be. But we all do have some internal, deep-seated why we're doing it, right? The reason behind why we're doing it. So if you don't know yet, do the work to find that out and really think about that, right? Because then you can have something solid to hold on to. Because when you reconnect with that why, it keeps you motivated when the progress starts to feel slow. So I really want you to reconnect with that. I'm going to take a second here. I know we're live and I want to make sure that everything is working appropriately, and it is, so that's awesome. All right. And if you're watching live, please comment. I'd appreciate it. And let me know where you're watching from. And if you're watching the replay, let me know where you're watching from too. Jump in those comments. So connecting with your why is really important, whether it was for better health, more energy, improved confidence even. That's a big one. We get more confident the stronger and healthier we get. You want to keep that goal in focus. It really keeps the goal in focus, because then there's no question. There's no question, because you go, well, why am I doing this? Because that's always the first thing that comes up when you don't see progress or it's slow. You're like, why am I even doing this? Well, your why, if you really do have that solid, it will remind you of what it is. So a good thing to do is write that down. Write the why somewhere on a piece of paper, on a dry erase board, chalkboard, spray paint it on your wall. I don't care where you put it, but I want you to put it somewhere, and make sure that you have it visible, because the more we see it, the more we're going to know. And just the same thing with the tracking, like I was talking about. Make sure you're writing down your tracking, right? Like have some sort of sheet that's available. I have sheets available in my Unbreakable Body platform in the membership. So if you want to find out about that, go to TonyJacobson.com/coaching and look for Unbreakable Body membership. And in there, I've got journal sheets. I've got tracking sheets for workouts, for food intake. Everything is there, and you can get copies of that. So I want you to write down your why. Now, here's the thing about the why. Sometimes it's going to change. Especially if you attach a why to like a person. I don't suggest attaching any why to people, because people are fluid and people change and situations change, relationships change. Could be anything that happens, but the issue with attaching your why to a person is if that relationship changes, or if that person changes, or anything changes in that relationship, then your why is going to change, or it's going to go away, and you don't want that to happen. So I want you to connect your why to something bigger, to something within yourself, right? Or something, bigger outside of just maybe one person, because the why could change, and it's totally fine. It's totally fine for it to change, but you have to check in with yourself, and you got to make sure you check in every once in a while and be like, okay, is my why still the same? Because maybe it's, my why is to get, I just want to get healthier. But then once you get healthier, then what? You need a new why, right? So you want to check in with yourself on that. So just checking to see if there's any comments. There are none right now. Totally fine. But let's go to the kind of last thing that you can do to really stay motivated if your progress is slow, and that is to mix it up. So mixing it up is important. What you want to do is think about, changing your workouts. Maybe you need a fresh kind of idea. Maybe you need a new workout. The variety can really reignite the excitement for working out. So pick something different, because maybe, a lot of us get stuck maybe doing one thing, and then you just get bored of it. You just get bored of it naturally. But what you can do is mix it up, change it, find something new, find a new type of exercise. Maybe you've been, using dumbbells. Now you're going to use resistance bands. Maybe you have been strength training, but now you're going to do cardio, right? So just think of how you can switch it up day to day, even week to week, so that keeps it fresh, because keeping it fresh will prevent boredom, and it really helps you to stay engaged. So I hope these were helpful. If you need help, even more help staying motivated, please come visit me. Find out all about my coaching programs at TonyJacobson.com/coaching. Link is definitely going to be in the show notes as well, and I'll give you personalized support and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with whoever you think could need it, right? I want you to definitely do that, and subscribe to the channel for more fun, adaptive fitness workouts and content. All right, until next time, get out there and keep building your unbreakable body. Peace.